Here's a look at the top 5 things that have happened in the NHL Western Conference this week. 1. Vegas Golden Knights are coming back down to earth. After starting the season with a 71 record and beating teams like the Chicago Blackhawks and the St. Louis Blues, the Vegas Golden Knights seem to be finally off their adrenaline rush. They have lost 3 straight games this week and things don't get easier from here as they face the Ottawa Senators and the Toronto Maple Leafs next. One major concern the Golden Knights are facing right now is injuries in net. They have Marc-Andre Fleury out with a concussion, Malcolm Subban with a lower body injury, and Oscar Dansk injured after only 4 games. The Vegas Golden Knights are now down to their 4th goalie in Maxime Lagacé, who lost all 3 of his starts with the team so far. With an average defensive corps, it is uncertain how long the Golden Knights can weather this storm. There are limited goaltending options available in the trade market, which might mean a tough November ahead. They could look to work a deal with the Arizona Coyotes, who seemed to have lost interest in backup goalie Louis Domingue after they acquired Scott Wedgwood from the New Jersey Devils. The Coyotes have some depth in between the pipes as they have Adin Hill, Hunter Miska, and Marek Langhammer all on their all-Tucson roster. Domingue would be the odd man out if a trade were to go down. Point 2. The St. Louis Blues are scorching hotel though. Many preseason rankings marked the St. Louis Blues as a playoff team. Few people expected them to have one of the best starts in franchise history. They are 10-31 and tied for first place in the Western Conference with the Los Angeles Kings. The Blues are clicking on all cylinders, getting production from players throughout their lineup. Captain Alex Pietrangelo is on pace for a career year. Meanwhile, summer acquisition Brayden Schenn has been very productive, scoring 11 points in 13 games. To put things into perspective, the Blues still have several roster players Robbie Fabry, Patrick Berglund, and Jay Bouwmeester out with injury. When they return, they will likely be even more dominant, if that's possible. Look at 3. Edmonton Oilers continue to struggle. Will there be a trade soon? The Edmonton Oilers continue to struggle with a .471 record and are in second to last place in the Western Conference, only ahead of the Arizona Coyotes. There have been rumors suggesting that the Oilers are looking for a scoring winger to play alongside Connor McDavid as they are not falling in love with Ryan Strome. It is still early, but general manager Peter Chiarelli is probably working behind the scenes to see if there are any deals available. Chris Kreider's name came up and Elliot Friedman wondered if the Oilers might be interested. There have also been rumors of teams inquiring about defenseman Matt Benning. Meanwhile, UC Jokinen might be available for the right price. If the Edmonton Oilers don't get back on track, Chiarelli might have to make trades soon. It is still early, but don't expect the Oilers management to stay quiet for too long. 4. Arizona Coyotes finally get their first win. Clayton Keller is carrying the team offensively after going through the first 11 games of the season without a single win. The Arizona Coyotes finally got their first victory on Monday against the Philadelphia Flyers. They took 12 games to get there, but it's fair to say that the Coyotes have been in most of their games this season. Now the real question becomes whether this win can jumpstart them into a better November, perhaps a .500 record or better. Although the Coyotes lost their last 2 games, including a close one to the Buffalo Sabres, there are still positives surrounding this team heading into the new month. They recently got goaltender Scott Wedgwood from the New Jersey Devils, which should give them more stability in net. Meanwhile, Clayton Keller was awarded the NHL's Top Rookie Award in October, with 9 goals and 15 points in 13 games. Keller also became the first Coyotes Jets rookie to collect 15 points in 1 calendar month since Solani 20,727 in 14 GP and Keith Tkachuk 6,915 in 14 GP each accomplished the feat in March 1993. Despite having less than 20 games of NHL experience, Clayton Keller has arguably been the Arizona Coyotes' best player this season. Perhaps his impressive play can light a fire on his teammates and inspire the likes of Max Domi, Derek Stepan, and Anthony Duclair to pick up the slack offensively. 5. Are the Chicago Blackhawks free-falling? We are only 1 month into the NHL season, but the Chicago Blackhawks are looking like the same team that got swept by the Nashville Predators last spring. They had an impressive 101 win over the Pittsburgh Penguins to start the season, but since then they have been gradually on the decline. This was especially evident last week, where they lost 3 consecutive games, including a 42 loss to the Vegas Golden Knights and a disappointing 63 loss to the Colorado Avalanche. The Blackhawks haven't looked right since week 2 and have lost 5 of their last 7 games. Their offense has dried up, and aside from Patrick Kane, secondary production from players like Artem Anisimov, Patrick Sharp, haven't been there. They could definitely use a few players like Marian Hossa or Artemi Panarin right now. It is still early, but the Chicago Blackhawks don't look like the dominant team they have been for so many years. November will be an interesting month. Will we see them rebound for a strong month, or will they continue to fade into mediocrity? What do you think of the top 5 things that happened in the Western Conference this week? Let us know in the comment section and be sure to take part in the poll below. Want to share your opinion? Why not write for us? Previous post, next post, next.